By day, Bruce St. Amand works in the mailroom for the State Department of Motor Vehicles. By night, he works trying to locate people who've gone missing and tries putting names on unidentified bodies that turn up around the country.
4 or 5 hours a day is what we put in.
St. Amand is the state director of the Doe Network. It's an international group that tries giving all the Jane and John Does out there their real identities.
We believe that everyone deserves a name. You know, the dead, they can't speak for themselves, so the living have to speak for them. She slipped out of her Portland home in her pajamas and robe.
Like St. Amand, most of the more than 600 members joined after looking for their own missing loved ones.
We don't solve the cases. What we do is we help law enforcement with the cold cases because basically law enforcement is bogged down. Basically, they don't have the funds to research these cold cases.
Some members include law enforcement officials, medical examiners, and forensic artists. It's with their expert help many cases are solved.
This is what we believe she would look like today.
But a lot of the cases are solved with help from everyday people.
Well, this lady might be in a nursing home. She could have got on a bus. You know, the thing is, if people were to open the website and see this lady, they might go, hey, wait a minute, this lady was asking me directions 5 or 6 years ago.
In Maine, law enforcement doesn't use the Doe Network too often, but there are only 2 unidentified bodies in the state. And as soon as the medical examiner learned about the resource, it did contact the group for one of those cases.
On a case of a body that washed up along the Maine coast. The feeling is that is not a Maine person. We've exhausted that avenue, and we need obviously additional help, so they've utilized that nationwide resource to get that word out.
However, the state has 10 missing persons highlighted on the site, cases that made headlines in their day but have now fallen to the back burner. Kathy Marie Moulton disappeared in 1971. Judd Miller and his business partner Michael Percy missing since 1975. Kimberly Ann Moreau was last seen in 1986. Virginia Douglas, 1988.
Do I believe she's still alive? I hope she is. I hope she is. I'm going to do all I possibly can to help see that, you know, this family has closure. This is why I'm doing this.
And St. Amand hopes by speaking out, more people will learn about the Doe Network. More missing people will be found, and more Jane and John Does will finally be given their rightful names. Sherry Lee Budrick, WGME News 13.